If you have played Minecraft before, chances are you have built a storage system. And there are many ways to do it. Some might prefer an automatic system, and others just stick with a chest monster. And while these systems are great in their own way, it is not what I am looking for. I wanted something organized, yet compact and realistic. And I just found the ultimate solution. So to find out, stick till the end, and don't forget that this is your opportunity to help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Anyway, builds like this require a lot of resources, so let's start shopping right away. We are stood in what is probably my favorite shop, the business of Squad Mama. It's a lovely pun in it. Anyway, I really like it, not particularly because of the honey downstairs, but of the accessories upstairs. These are simple things which I often come around to buy, and yeah, it's just made building a lot easier. Besides the honey shop, I also really like shopping for wool. I don't really have my own sheep farm. I'm probably going to make one because it would save me a ton of diamonds. And then for my third favourite shop, I would say it's the wood shop from Steph. Now, she is downhill in her starter space. Before the season started, we all sort of agreed to use our starter spaces as shops, so they wouldn't be abandoned. Building shops in your starter space has kind of been overthrown because we're starting the market, and I think a lot of people will set up shops nearby. So I think it wouldn't be too bad of an idea to set up a proper shop somewhere near this market. But that will be for a totally different episode. Let's head downstairs to Steph's shop because there is a little thing I'd like to talk about. As you can see, everything is a diamond per stack, and I've talked to her, and so goes for the leaves. Now I feel like a diamond a stack is too much for leaves. For wood, sure, I would pay a diamond a stack, but for leaves a diamond a stack is such a steal. Anyway, I do think this is pretty much all of the stuff I can get from shops. Fortunately, however, I still have this mini storage system which provided me from quite a bit of items which I will need for today's build. However, there are certain things like a lot of copper which I cannot buy, so what I'm thinking is to look for a trial chamber and do my first proper run, because I have not ever done a proper run in one of those. Well, a few deaths later, and a few minutes later, because trial chambers are quite quickly, I managed to get all the copper I need. Now, besides copper, there's obviously much more in these chests. These are all the resources which I am going to use to make my storage system. Now, I will talk about the storage system once the build has been completed, and I have got a little thing up my sleeves which I want to experiment with. Like you've just seen, I really enjoyed making that cinematic entrance towards the trial chamber. I think it's quite entertaining, and I want to do something about the build as well. But first of all, let's just get into a little building montage. Well, I hope you enjoyed that cinematic. I know it might have been a bit long, but I do want to talk about the storage system. First of all, we will start in my crafting room. I call this a crafting room because it's spacious enough for me to figure out tiny little details or put block pallets together. So I feel like that's something every base needs, and yeah, that's just what I've gone for. But when we go through these doors, we come into what I call a hidden storage system. I love hiding my storage underneath the actual build. Obviously, we've got some obvious chests here. But as example, if you open this door, there will be a barrel over there. And if you open this one, there's 3 bulky chests. And there's a bunch more hidden chests around. I do want you to try and find as many as you can. So, if you could, comment down below how many chests and barrels you have found. And then we have my ground related areas, stones, dirt and everything, and some of these chests will automatically refill. So that is a really nice thing. I've got a lot of dirt and I love it when they automatically refill. What you're seeing behind me is the tractor I've got over at my starter's base, but just rebuild. Ignore the item frame, I usually hide it, but the command to hide item frames is broken at the moment, so yeah, it's got a little weird mustache. Initially I was thinking to get everything done before I actually showed you around, but then something happened, and you probably don't know about this at all, but it made me really sad and a bit demotivated to keep on working. What happened is my horse Sebastian died. Sebastian was a glitched horse. Yeah, I shouldn't have talked about him while someone else was streaming. Sebastian moved about 40 blocks a second. 40 blocks a second is nearly 3 times as fast as a vanilla horse. Though I do get it that I couldn't keep him, it still upsets me, which is why I dedicated some more ancient debris for his grave. I will miss Sebastian. I really will. But genuinely, I have never truly experienced so much fun in Minecraft. It was just so different because it wasn't survival and I moved so fast. So, rest in peace, Sebastian. Oh, hello, mate. Do you mind if I sit down? Sure. You know, I'm feeling a bit sad today. My horse just died. You know, in the 1950s, I knew a farmer. He had his own horses too. He lived in a farmhouse and built his own carpentry right next to it. He even used a sort of hardened hay roof for his carpentry. Though he did manage to buy his own tractor, he never got rid of his horses. But one day, sadly, a horse died. Well, this is my bus, so I've got to go. It was lovely talking to you. Don't forget to tell the viewers they have to subscribe and like the video. I will. See you next time, mate. Bye-bye!